Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dark Hour in Tartarus, where teenagers in the CEASE organization try to solve the mystery of apathy. Wait, what? What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the wrong script. Excuse me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Chaos Cup week number 4. Biaxin CS, thank you so much for the sub. Very generous. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the stream. Tonight, we got a double header. We're in week 4. We're a little past halfway in regular play in the Chaos Cup. And to get things started tonight, we're going to have Maximum Von Sydow versus the Juxtaposed Juggernauts, Lizards versus Chaos Renegades. Let's take a look at the standings. Clypheus, thank you for the bits. Currently in first place, Richard Craniums, I want to be like Doug, a Dwarven team. 4-0-0 is their record, undefeated here in this competition so far. Chimes Nevagana, an Orc team, 3-0-1 is their record. They are currently in second place and third place. League champion Doug the Minotaur, his White Skull Windbreakers, another Orc team, 2-0 is their record, still undefeated after a late game draw last night. Tonight, we're going to have Maximum Von Sydow versus the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Maximum Von Sydow going to be the home team tonight. Malik's Maximum Von Sydow coming in at a TV of 1,020,000 gold tonight. He has 120,000 gold in petty cash in his treasury this evening. He does have 120k. That's over 100k. So if he doesn't spend that money down at the end of the game, if he doesn't get below 100k, oh, not so trusty patches, thank you for the bits. Welcome to the stream. If he doesn't get below 100k, he's gonna have to roll for not spiraling expenses. What's it called now? Expensive mistakes. He's gonna have to roll for expensive mistakes, and what that means is he has to roll a d6. If he rolls a 1, then he will lose d3 times 10,000 gold. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. Doesn't sound like a big deal, right? It's just a 1. We all know rushes are just a 1. But the more you roll that, the more you're gonna, the higher your odds of losing money, and the more money you have in your coffers, the bigger those expensive mistakes can be. It can get all the way up to a catastrophic loss where you lose everything except a D2 times 10,000 gold. So coaches will have to be cognizant of that, especially in this new version of the rules where earning money is a lot easier than it used to be. Malik tonight, I'd like to see him spend some money in the inducement phase. We'll talk about that in just a second. Coming in with a full 11-player roster tonight, he's got it's early Lizard roster, right? He's got 6 blockers. He has skinks for the remainder, all 5 available slots there for the skinks. He doesn't have the crocs. He went for the 6 sarses. I think that's a solid choice. The problem, of course, with these early TV Lizard teams is that they just don't have any skills. Those Saurus blockers with the strength of 4 are great once they start to pick up block. You can see he's working on it with number 6 and number 1. He's 2 points away from each from getting that guaranteed block skill. He did level up Lore Santeca, the number 8 skink, with, of course, Sneaky Get. This is going to be his potential kill player tonight. He's going to be going in for that foul. He'll be getting the petty cash tonight. I'd like to see him pick up a bribe and just start going to town against this Chaos Renegade team. These skanks all have a strength of 2. They have an AV of 8+. They are brittle. They are weak. They do have dodge, and they are stunty, which is great for maneuverability, not so great when they get punched in the nose. So you can bet that his opponent tonight's going to be hunting these skinks down. 1 dedicated fan. He does have an oppo on staff. 2 rerolls for Malik tonight. He'll be up against the Juxtaposed Juggernauts, War Horsemen's team, Chaos Renegades. Oh boy. Oh boy. Juxtaposed Juggernauts coming in a TV of 900k. Oh boy, they're gonna have a 7-player, an 8-player roster? An 8-player roster coming into the night's game. Ralph, the human lineman, is out this week. He's injured. And of those 8 players, 3 are big guys. Oh, what a rough route. What a rough week. He does pick up a bunch of journeymen. Those will be the human linemen that'll pick up their 50k a pop. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 3. That'll bring him up to 1,050 gold. Or 1,000. 1,050,000 gold will be his effective TV. That means that there's no petty cash for either squad tonight. Now, I know this looks rough, but I don't think it's that bad in this matchup here. He does have these 3 big guys. He's got the Rat Ogre. We've seen teams in the league so far have great success with that Rat Ogre. Strength of 5 with Frenzy and Mighty Blow. It can be devastating, especially if he goes and hunts those skinks tonight. We've got the Ogre. We've all seen Ogres on a human team. Pretty solid guy, except for the boneheaded roll, of course. They have Mighty Blow, Strength of 5. He picked up Guard on that Ogre. I think that's a great pickup for Grendel. And then he has the Minotaur, another Frenzy Mighty Blow player that he has on this roster. 3 big guys. That's what Chaos Renegades can do. Really nothing else going on in this roster. He does have a Skaven player, an MA of 7, but they're kind of fragile, an AV of 8+. Everybody else is going to be a journeyman. 2 dedicated fans, 1 abo, 2 rerolls. How do the 2 teams play tonight? So we look at this roster, we go, what's he going to do? But I think in this matchup, it's not so bad. He's got to pick up 3 journeymen. Those are prime candidates to lock down those Sauruses. The Sauruses have an AG of 5+. That means if they get locked down, they're going absolutely nowhere. They're going to stay put right where they are. It also means that he can use those big guys if he wants to hunt the skinks. That's what he's going to be doing tonight. He's going to be focused on removing all 5 of these skinks from the pitch. If he can do that, you can see Malik has nobody left who can reliably handle the ball. If all those skinks are removed, that's it for Maximum Von Sydow tonight. Another way to use his big guys is the Rat Ogre, or his 2 Frenzy players. So the Sauruses with a strength of 4, really good at holding down the pitch. Strength of 4 means, if you figure an average strength is a strength of 3, it can take a lot of players to get the 2-die block. You have 1 player to make the block at 3, you have another player to get the assist at 4, and another player to get the assist at 5, and they all have to be open in order to, or have guard, in order for that to work out. So it can be really costly to try to push a Saurus out of the way. Not with these strength 5 big guys with Frenzy. That it can be a real opportunity here for War Horsemen tonight to leverage those Frenzy players to push these Sauruses out of the way and keep them from holding down the fort. He's got options. I don't think his beat up roster this week is really going to hurt him too much in this particular matchup, and that's simply because Malik is an early TV Lizard team. He doesn't have the skills. He doesn't have block. He doesn't have really the kit that he needs to make this a super effective team. Malik's going to have to be real careful to protect those skinks. He's going to have to be real careful when he's taking Saurus blocks. He's going to have to really consider, do I want to make this roll, or am I okay with my Saurus staying put and keeping his tackle zones? I was really hoping somebody gets some money in petty cash. Malik does have 120K in the treasury, though. Man, I don't know, man. A bribe would be great. A bribe would be great. He does have the sneaky get. The sneaky get is safe so long as he is ineffective. But the problem is you want him to be effective, right? You really want him to break that armor and start removing players. If Malik can leverage that sneaky get, he might have a good time. He might have a good shot tonight. But he's really going to have to be on point with his game. Without the skills, he's going to have to just play solid fundamentals. He'll have to make sure that his action order is correct. He'll have to make sure that War Horseman doesn't engage Maximum Von Sydow in a way that is going to mess that action order up. He's going to have to keep those skinks safe. He's going to have to play solid Blood Bowl. He just has to he has to know his probabilities. He has to know what die rolls make sense, what die rolls you're making just for the sake of a hit, and maybe not do that tonight. 2 rerolls is not a whole lot. Gotta conserve the rerolls as well. I don't think War Horseman's team is in too bad of a shape. I don't think it's in too bad of a shape. I think he's got a solid chance here tonight. All right. Looks like both coaches are in Discord. I know there was a potential delay of a few minutes here, so we'll give the coaches some time here. If you're new to the league, our league format is set up in such a way that There are 3 open competitions a season. We're in our first one, the Chaos Cup. It's open to anybody who wishes to participate. Our league is set up to be friendly to both new coaches and veteran coaches. The format of the competition depends on how many entrants there are. This one happens to be a Swiss competition. The top 4 after 6 weeks will make the cut to a single elimination bracket, the winner of which will be invited to our championship tournament at the end of the season, the Blood Bowl, of course. They'll be invited in the upper bracket, where the runner-up will be invited in the lower bracket. Every team that's in the lower bracket will duke it out. The winner of that bracket will advance to the upper bracket, and then they'll play in a single elimination tournament to determine who the season champion will be. J.R. Wilkes says, that's old sneaky git rules, isn't it? What did I say? With the, he's safe until he breaks armor? I think it's still the same. Let's see. Yeah, he's safe. He's safe unless he breaks armor. Oh boy, man, I've been playing Persona. I love Persona. I love Persona so much. Persona is such a fun game. Oh man. I recently replayed all the Star Oceans. I'm replaying Star Ocean 6. I'm still in the middle of that. Persona's great. I went back to my old Persona 1 save. Oh, man, I love me some RPGs. Alright, still waiting for this game to get underway. Let's see if we can take a look at the competition format in detail here. Oh, did I make one? Let's see if I made one. Not so trusty patch says I got back into Final Fantasy 11. Pray for Mojo. I have never finished Final Fantasy 11. I've never finished Final Fantasy 11. I want to, and now that you can do it single player, I really want to. But I gotta remap the controls. Hey, let's see if I made this, shall we? Season format in MAML. There are 4 competitions per season. The Chaos Cup, the Spike Magazine Trophy, and the Dungeon Bowl are our open competitions in a season. The 4th of which is the Blood Bowl, and that is an invitational. All seasonal competition winners are invited to the Blood Bowl. The remaining slots are filled by the best performing teams per single competition. The runners up are guaranteed to make it to the lower bracket, but depending on how many are there, the third place teams could even be invited, and so on and so forth. We've never had that happen though. The secondary teams will play in a qualifying bracket. That's the lower bracket. The coach must play their highest ranked team. If you make it to the Blood Bowl with more than one team, you have to play your highest ranked team. Otherwise, you get to choose. Just like that. And the Blood Bowl winner is declared the league champion. Competition format. It's a round robin Swiss or divisional competition. The Chaos Cup is a Swiss competition this year. There are 6 rounds in regular play for this competition. Can't play the same team twice in regular play, sort of. barring limitations in Blood Bowl 3. There you earn 3 points per win and 1 point per draw. Standings are determined by standard tiebreaker rules, so it's by league points first, and then it's by who beat whom, then by TD differential, then by how many touchdowns you've scored, and then finally, if it's still tied, then there's a playoff to determine ranking, provided that ranking matters. In other words, in this competition, it would only happen in the top 4. If the bottom 2 teams are tied, we don't have a playoff for that. And then we cut to a single elimination top 4 bracket. Finally, the game rules. All coaches have 7 days to play their weeklies. All coaches have three-day extensions. So part of the competition, or part of the league is, you know, life gets in the way. We really wanted to provide an opportunity for people who just couldn't find the time or didn't have an opportunity to play Blood Bowl to get in and play and not have to worry about keeping to a super strict schedule. Speed Beaver. Extensions stack up to 6 days unless approved by a commissioner, so you could miss up to 6 days and still get your game in. If a coach can't play, they forfeit the week. Missing in action coaches automatically use all available extensions as a courtesy. Commissioners may grant bonus extensions for single elimination. Concessions are not allowed in this league. You are not allowed to quit. You must play out your game. And ties are allowed in regular play. All right, let's go. Yeah, ties are allowed in regular play. You can't have a tie in playoffs or in the Blood Bowl. Maximum Von Sydow now on offense to start the doubleheader tonight. We have another game coming up after this. Sorry, Maximum Von Sydow's on defense. Did I say offense? I meant defense. 6-man defensive line here. All 6 horses on the line. All the skinks in the secondary. J.R. Wilkes with the final hidden game rule. Dwarves are no longer allowed as a choice. I know, right? It even tells you in Blood Bowl 3, right at the bottom. I can't believe I had that league rules deck ready to go. I made that like 3 months ago. All right, 5-man line here for Maximum Von Sydow. They pulled one of these Sarses off over into the right wide zone. Otherwise, everything was kept the same here. And now the Juxtaposed Juggernauts to set up their offense. 2 of the big guys over on the left side of the line. All 3 big guys on the left side of the line. Hank the Ranger says, if it's considered cheating for chat to tell you for an offense or defense, I would argue if I'm playing. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I should be paying attention. Although it is pretty funny when I mess it up. I don't know if I call it cheating per se, but like my opponent might not have that option, right? So I'd rather not have it either. Four-man offensive line, all right. One of these journeymen on the line, otherwise all 3 big guys. 2 back to receive. Of course, he's got the plague, number 10, Skaven. He's MA7. He's a Skaven player. I don't know why that term escaped me. All right. Nobody got any rerolls out of that kickoff event. He's got a Skaven player to receive. He also has one of the humans to receive. Probably tries to get this ball in the hands of number 10 with that extra point of MA. First game tonight underway. Final 2 games of week 4 tonight. After this, just 2 weeks left in regular play before the cut to top 4. Failed the unchanneled Fury roll. Oh, that Rado, the Minotaur. Just gonna hang out here, and now the Ogre taking a 2-die block gets a knockdown on Father Lancaster Marin. Is he going to go for the Rat Ogre now? I think he wants to get some protection on the ball first before he starts rolling dice. Gonna go for the blitz. Got through the animal savagery roll. 3-die blitz. It's a dodge push against Chief Justice Fargo. He gets to follow up due to frenzy. Another 3-die block. Gets another dodge push here. He'll push him toward the sideline. Again, has to follow up here. And that's the blitz spent. Rat Ogre does have Mighty Blow. That means if he gets a knockdown, he gets a +1 to the armor or the injury roll, whichever one he needs it for. In the case of this skink, an 8+ is required. So if he were to say roll a 7, he'd automatically get the +1 to break armor, but then he wouldn't get the +1 for the injury roll. If he rolled an 8, he'd get to save that +1 for the injury roll. 3+ pickup works out. Works out on the... Are those lava dice? I think it's lava. I can never tell if it's lava or lightning. Sets up a pocket of protection around the ball carrier. The ball on the Juggernauts' own 10-yard line now. Unchanneled Fury. If he's taking a blocker or a blitz, right? Yeah, blocker or a blitz. He has to roll a d6, get through a 2+, otherwise it's a 4+, or else he stays put. Not quite as bad as Boneheaded, in my opinion. Because Boneheaded, if you fail Boneheaded, you'll lose your tackle zones, and that can be a huge loss. So you really have to be careful when taking blocks with an Ogre. Turn 1 now for Maximum Von Sydow. 2-die block. I like those dice. 2-die block at the line. Gets a pal here against Grantier. Looking for a 9+. Oh, looks like he got it. Gets a stun. Number 7, Tom Zarek. Ah, the infamous Tom Zarek from Battlestar Galactica. Under a minute to play for Maximum Von Sydow. Got an armor break. That's right, President Tom Zarek. Malik really trying to decide what he wants to do here. After that armor break on Grantier, the number 4 center. One for the blitz. 2-die blitz on Volker. Gets a push. Probably won't re-roll this. Yeah, he'll push him probably down and follow up. Really got to make careful decisions with this Saurus. Every time you follow up and take a mark, that might be the last turn you move. Ah, VV Nut. He knows what's up. Don't put Tom Zarek in the brig. Airlock him. You take him to the Pegasus and you airlock him. All right, dip it into bonus time for Maximum Von Sydow here. 40 seconds into bonus time. Moves the number 11 Skink forward across the line of scrimmage. Sneaky get all the way back in the safety position. Takes a 1-die block on the line. Wow, against the Minotaur. The Minotaur is the big guy with the lowest armor here to 9+. Can he break it? Doesn't do it. Two-die block on Grendel now. Gets a POW. Already a minute 30 seconds in the bonus time here for Maximum Von Sydow. Good dodge in the left wide zone to pull that skink back to center pitch. This Radogre only has a movement of 6. It's certainly not bad, but we'll see if War Horseman pulls him back to the right. The problem is that Radogre with that what's it called in this version? Animal Savagery. If he fails that roll and he doesn't have a friendly next to him, he'll lose his turn. Wow, Maximum Von Sydow already down to 5 minutes 15 seconds on bonus time. Shifts Jobert over to the left wide zone, and that's the turn. Turn 2 now to the Juggernauts. Malik really wanted to spend some time and reset his formation. Looks like he's going to try to stay in front of the ball while also getting a little aggressive here on the right side. Stands up Grendel. Takes a mark on Jobert. Fair point, SP Beaver. There's that friendly he needs to safely move that Radogre. That's going to guarantee that the Radogre will get his turn. And Rolf will almost certainly be the target of that Animal Savagery. I keep forgetting what it's called. Animal Savagery. Wild Animal. Animal Savagery against Rolf, because he is the Journeyman. Journeymen are there to get claws to their eyeballs. Rushes the ball forward across the line of scrimmage to the opposing 6-yard line in the left wide zone. And now a blitz to close off this tight cage and gets a POW against that marking skink. Can he get an 8+? He cannot. $20 seconds left on the clock. Pulls Tom Zarek forward to the back of the cage. Stands up the Minotaur. That was a 4+ that time because he wasn't blocking or blitzing. Fails a 3+ dodge here. He'll leave that alone, and that'll be the turn. Turn 2. Back to Max Von Sydow. Man, something bit me. I feel like it might have been a skink. I'd know if it was a Radogre. Takes a mark on the Radogre with Father Lancaster Marin. So this is Malik saying, you know what? I don't want that Radogre going in a different direction. Take your block on this blocker, please. Oh, it's taking another mark. Is he going to try to block the Radogre? Is that how Cylons are made? They just they bite someone. Takes a mark on Rolf, and now he has the assist. 2-die block. It's going to be a push. Again, these Sarsis without that block skill. Blocks are a little risky. Thank you, Alexa. Space malaria. All right, decides to follow up here. 2-die block way back behind the line of scrimmage. And this is going to be a turnover unless he decides to re-roll this. Yeah, this is the problem with early Sauruses. Early Sauruses. He decides he wants to keep this turn going. He'll get the knockdown here. We'll see if it pays off. Looking for that 9+. He broke armor. It paid off indeed. Well done. Took the chance, spent the reroll. It worked out. One-man player advantage now for Maximum von Sydow. SB Beaver says, always push onto the ball and always re-roll dice. Max von Sydow down to 1 re-roll for the half. Rushes. Not so trusty patches, thank you for the bits. Rushes King Osric to take another mark on Tom Zarek. So that's a 1-die block on Zarek currently. Max von Sydow down to 4 minutes, 15 seconds in bonus time. Has a big old line of defense right in front of this cage. Pull the sneaky get over to try to cover the sideline. Turn 3 for the Juggernauts now. Maximum von Sydow down to 3 minutes, 44 seconds left on the bonus time clock. Shuffling players around. He's going to take a block on Antonius block. That'll be with the Minotaur Ferdinand. War Horseman trying to decide where his blitz will take him. Repositions the Ogre. Looks like he's going to commit to this sideline. These skinks are going to have a pretty easy time dodging away so long as it's positive dodge. 2-die block on Ming the Merciless gets the knockdown. Has to follow up with that Rat Ogre. He has to be real careful with these frenzy blocks. It might pull a player out of position if he's not careful. And now he's blitzing the skink. 2-die blitz on the skink. Got the POW. Looking for that 8+. Doesn't get it. War Horseman looking for those blocks on those skinks when he can take it. They're pretty fragile. And they're not very strong either. Tichy also makes them even more frail. 2-die block on the number 4 blocker here. He'll get a push. And now the Juggernauts into bonus time once more. So the blitz has been spent. He might... Boy, I don't know where he's going. He might go to center pitch. But he'll need a block if he does this. Let's see where he ends up. Horseman thinking carefully. There he goes. Tries to rush a space. Whoa, decided not to re-roll it. Wow. Lost the ball there. Went for the rush for an extra point of or an extra space of movement here. Said, you know what, I'm good. lost possession, and that Skaven player is going to remain on the pitch. Boy, boy, boy. Scary stuff there. AV 8+ on that Skaven player. Not so trusty passions. Thank you for the bits. The ball now free for Maximum von Sydow to recover. He could recover it. So this will be a positive dodge with a free reroll. He could pick it up if he wants to pass. It's a 4+ pass. He does have a reroll left. He could even make that a short pass to the number 11 Skink. And if he succeeds in that, that Skink takes off. And he's almost certainly going to score it. Nope, instead he's going to pull that Skink back for the pickup. And now he's recovered the ball and has it on his own 12-yard line. Rushes another Skink to try to get some protection on the ball carrier. But if this is the play, he's got more Skink dodging to do. Rolls 2 dice on the left side of the pitch here at the line of scrimmage. Gets a POW against Tom Zarek. Won't murder him. He's a good guy. He's human. Sets up a half cage on the Max von Sydow 12-yard line. Goes Osiris back to try to close this pocket. He's got a Skaven. The Plague right behind him. And Chief Justice Fargo as well. Takes that mark with Chief Justice Fargo. Icor is the human. Tries to close off the ball carrier. Gets a 1-die block against Grendel, and this will be a push. Pushes Grendel away. Two minutes, 30 seconds left in bonus time for Maximum von Sydow. Going for a blitz here with Antonius Block, the number 6 blocker at mid-pitch. Declared a blitz and then said, you know what, I'm good. Turn 4 now for the Juggernauts. They lost possession on a failed rush. Now they need to recover. Two-die block along the left side of the pitch here. It's a push into a frenzy follow-up by Rizzo the Rat Ogre. And this will be another push on Ming the Merciless. Has to follow up, remember, due to frenzy. He does not have a choice. Repositions the Ogre back to mid-pitch. Takes a mark on Antonius Block. I don't know who Antonius Block is. I don't know what character that is. Two-die block now against Antonius. Gets a POW. Doesn't break armor. High armor value on these Sauruses. Why is like steam coming out of his nose? Is it just really cold? Or is his nose made of fire? Like, what is going on? Or Is that just like, well, you know. Takes a mark on Jovert, the number 10 skink. Here comes that blitz. 3-9 blitz on a skink. Gets a pow here. Mighty blow in play. Breaks armor. Got a removal here unless the oppo is spent. I imagine it won't be. Well done. 10v10 on the pitch now. Takes the mark on the ball carrier now with Ferdinand, the Minotaur. Two-die block gets a pow on another skink. Can he remove another skink? He can indeed. Unless the apothecary is spent here. Two of the 5 skinks removed here. One-man player advantage for the Juggernauts now. One die blocker against the number 4 blocker. Takes the both down results. That'll be a turnover. Final turn of the first quarter now for Maximum Von Sydow. After this game, coming up at around 9:30, we'll catch the game in progress. It's going to be the Real American Heroes versus Cenozoic Park. Dead Fred versus Nick Satan. That will be Dark Elves versus More Lizards. That's coming up after this game. Good dodge by Dr. Dayring? I don't know who that is either. Ball crosses the line of scrimmage. It's in the right wide zone now on the opposing 6-yard line. Chairwook says everyone cheer for Lizard SPP. No thank you. I appreciate the invitation, but no thank you. Repositions King Osric around Adelbert, legs Adelbert, the number 8 renegade human lineman. Trying to keep this ball carrier safe for one more turn, possibly 2 more turns. He can score next turn if he wants to rush. Two-die block gets a pal here against the Child of Marienburg, the number 9 lineman. Breaks armor, gets a stun. Maximum Von Sydow into bonus time once more. 2 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. Still have movement with the blocker. They can move the blocker in and take a 2-die on the Rat Ogre. It's just going to stay put. Moves Chief Justice Fargo further down pitch to try to further protect this ball carrier. Turn 5 for the Juggernauts. Second quarter begins. Juggernauts started this half on offense. They lost possession of the ball after a failed rush. And now they're desperately trying to recover. 2-die block by the Rat Ogre. Gets the knockdown on Ming the Merciless. Can't break armor. Did you see that wind up? Holy moly. I've never seen that animation. Wow. Wow. We use the Oppo here on Brewmeister Smith. And he's going to be saved. Wow. Look at this Minotaur. Pow! Both that result will be a turnover. Turn 5, back to Max von Sydow now. Ball carrier currently marked. Still has a reroll. Antonius Block, the number 6 blocker here, is free because that ogre is currently boneheaded, so he is not exerting any tackle zones. Moves the ball carrier all the way down to the 22-yard line. 1 turn away from scoring. You can pull back Antonius Block. Tries to dodge. Whoa! That had to have been a misclick. That's a 5+ dodge. These Saurus blockers only have an... Or, is only the right word? Yeah, only. What? 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 Dodge the Saurus. 5+ dodge. Spent the final reroll here. Got through the dodge. And then tried to rush into position. The second rush failed. There's something about that recorder over rush. Insipid Toaster, welcome to the stream. Hank the Ranger graciously lowered the rush failure rate from 900% to a paltry, a measly 99%. Thanks, not so trusty Fantas. All right, got the pal here. He'll, oh, you know what? He'll get a dodge push so he can get the surf. Oh, I thought for sure he'd take the dodge push there. Take the dodge push and then surf the player. It looks like he wanted to reposition that. Oh. Yeah, I guess he wanted to reposition the Minotaur. Now gets 2-die. Gets a POW on Chief Justice Fargo. Breaks armor and a KO. Well done. 3 of the 5 skinks have been removed from the pitch. 2-die block way back in the middle of nowhere. This will be a push result. Jared Wilk says, nah, if the crowd gets the injury, you don't get the SPP. Fair enough. I would have been hyped to just get all these skinks off the pitch and then hope maybe it's an injury. That would be great. And if not, maybe the dice are in my favor on the KO rolls, and then I get a real good drive coming up. Hank the Ranger says, War Horseman saying, you stall, I will kill your team. Gets a second block here on Antonius Block, gets a push. And that'll be the turn. Gets the knockdown, doesn't break armor. Turn 6 coming up from Maximum von Sydow with no rerolls left. I imagine they'll walk the ball in. Here we go. Maximum Von Sydow. They score here. Well done. They score here. They're in good shape. They'll be on offense in the second half. There's 3 turns left that they'll have to defend for. No KOs. No KOs returned. Just gonna walk the ball in for the TD. Good defensive touchdown here by Malik. He's up 1-0 now. But down 3 skinks for 2 turns. Poor Horseman did a good job hunting those skinks down. Maximum Von Sydow down to 8 players on the pitch, 3 Sauruses on the line, and 5 players far, far back in the secondary. Would you call that 5 safeties? 2 corners that are just like the wrong corner. Playing them far back. He doesn't want to get outrun by a Skaven player. Fair enough. 3 of the big guys on the line here for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. 1 human line. Tom Zarek. 5-man line now. Left tackle filled out by Icor, the number 5 human lineman. The Plague, the number 10 Skaven, back to receive naturally. He's being set up on the 14-yard line currently. With no kicker on the opposing team, this is fine. 2 turns to score. Juxtaposed Juggernauts can do it, but they'll have to try. I mean, I guess you always try. 4 backs right behind the line. Juggernauts still have both of their rerolls. Here's the kick. Can it stay on the pitch, or is that going to be a turnover? A touchback, rather. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be a touchback, and we're getting an extra turn. Let's go, Juggernauts. 3 turns now. Nuffle says, let's go. The ball in the hand of the Plague. 4-yard line on the right wide zone. Juggernauts really thinking about where they want to be here. They did pull Rolf up on the right side of the line. He's marking Father Lancaster Marin, the left defensive guard here. The Child of Marienburg, the number 9 lineman, he's going to move behind the defensive line. He's on the opposing 6-yard line currently. Taking blocks before moving these humans. Gets a push with the Minotaur. He'll have to block again. They get the knockdown this time. So he knew he might get a push on the frenzy. He moved this player into position to ensure that he'd be able to follow up, get that 2-dive block. Moves Grantier, the number 4 lineman, down pitch to the 10-yard line. Tom Zarek, free to move. He moves down to the 10 as well. And now the ball crosses the line of scrimmage to the 8. Ball carrier absolutely not safe currently. 2-die block at the line, gets a knockdown with the Rat Ogre. Takes it with the lineman. He wants to reposition Grendel. Takes the block at the line with the lineman. He's get through a boneheader roll. He's going to move Grendel into position. Probably here. Oh, he goes to the right side. That's going to stop Antonius' block from coming in on the right. And now nobody gets at that ball carrier without a dodge. Two-die blitz to get things started against Tom Zarek. He'll get the knockdown. He'll follow up for sure. But now what to do is the question. He'll want to shut down the sideline, and then he'll need to cover. He'll need to cover. Boy, he'll need to cover here, here. I would say that would be good coverage. Decides to take a mark on the cage instead, so he's going to go on this cage, try to shut it down. He knows the plague. If the plague doesn't keep moving forward, that he can't score on the next turn. If he moves laterally, if he moves backwards, he won't have enough movement to score. Yeah, that's right. In this version of the rules, you can jump over prone players. That's the turn for Max von Sydow. So they just reposition here after the blitz. Boy, failed boneheaded with this ogre, and now he's deciding if he wants to spend a reroll or not. If he spends the reroll, he's got to get through loner, which means he rolls another d6. He has to get a 4+. If he gets that, then he can use the reroll. Otherwise, he's lost it. Spent the reroll, got through loner, and repositioned the ogre. Gets a 2-die block on the Saurus. And breaks armor. Man! What on earth just happened? Going for the score here, and got it. Well done by War Horseman here to get on the board. 1-1. Man, oh man. Speechless. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Did you see how many KOs came back? Man, oh man, failed the boneheader roll, spent the reroll, got through loner, and that was all just to reposition the ogre as an assist, so you can get the 2-die block, got a KO on a Saurus out of it, who didn't come back onto the pitch, and then ran the ball carrier 2 rushes to score. 1-1 to score now. Yeah, he was just in scoring position. He had to keep moving forward in order to do it. Man, oh man. 10 players on the pitch for the Juggernauts. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for Maximum von Sydow. Not so trusty patches. Thank you so much for the bits. 3-man player advantage for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts now. Warpstone. 3-man offensive line for Max von Sydow. They'll have 2 turns unless it's a timeout. Max von Sydow receiving with their 2 remaining skinks. These are the only players with AG 3+. Everybody else is 5+. Here's the kick. Solid defense. Wow. Wow. Got all 3 players on that D3, so 6 players get to be repositioned here. SPB Ras, how are we just in the second quarter? Oh, don't worry. The second half will go much faster. The bonus clocks are dwindling. There's that rat ogre onto the line to the left side of the pitch. Grant here, the number 4 lineman, moves to the left side of the pitch as well. Moves in the child of Marienburg to fill in the right side, as does the Plague, the Skaven player. There has also been an extra turn, that is correct. You see that box turn red. You can only have a maximum of 2 players in either wide zone on setup. Ball kicked to the 14-yard line. Turn 7 for Maximum von Sydow. Can they get on the board a second time here? 2 turns. With both skinks so far back, I don't think it's possible. Shifts the ball back a few spaces, so he's going to pick it up, and he's not going to score. Just going to hold on to the ball here. Didn't throw it for any SPP. Went for the ball pickup first. If he was going to take blocks, he could have taken. He could have taken. That's right. That's English. Could have taken the block. Decided not to. Repositions his players after the pickup instead. Rushes Antonius block into position to cover Lor Santeka, the ball carrier, and now takes that 2-dive block at the line. He knew it was coming. That's why he did that. He knew that roll was coming. Oh no. Oh no. Good block here. Or good. I guess you call that a good block. Good block for Maximum von Sydow here. On the trade, they got an injury out of it. Two-dive block. Two-dive block to get things started for the Juggernauts. That's going to be a both-down result. Both players getting stunned. Final turn of this game. Not a whole lot Maximum von Sydow can do here. They'll pass for some SPP. I would love that sneaky get to foul people. Look at that. Look at that guy. Now they're picking up the pace. Rushes to a 2-dive blitz here. It's another both down result. Oh, he's going to take the push. Boo. Boo. That trade's in your favor. Couldn't get the extra SPP. That'll be the half. 1-1 the score. Maximum Von Sydow will be on offense to start the second half of this game. What a first half that was. Hey, they got back all three of their KOs. Duffel said, all right, you can have them back now. Juxtaposed Juggernauts sitting in with the 5-man line. They're down to 9 players. They're going to be at the disadvantage here going into this drive. Tie ball game. 2 re-rolls for either team. SPV says, why is there a check for 11 players must be present on the pitch? Because you have, if you can field 11, you must field 11. If you can't field 11, it's fine, but if you can, you must. Yeah. 5-man defensive line for the Juggernauts. Giving up these wide zones. They've got to be careful that these skinks don't get behind them. 4-man offensive line for Maximum Von Sydow. 4 Sauruses on the line. 5 Sauruses on... 6 Sauruses on the line. And all 4 skinks back. Here's the kick. Going toe-to-toe with those big guys. That's the right kick. That's the right kick. Pitch invasion. King Osric on the line is stunned. Chief Justice Fargo, the number 9 skink, stunned. He's the skink closest to the ball, and that is it. Maximum Von Sydow set up their line strong on the right side. Or Horseman said, fine, I'll kick it to the left. And it's right on the line of scrimmage. It's on the 2-yard line. So now Maximum Von Sydow really has to move here. He's going to take some blocks first. Oh, I would have moved these skinks forward. Scary, scary, scary. He'll get the knockdown on the child of Marienburg. Looking for a 9+ to break armor. SPV asked, did he have a kicker? He did not have a kicker. All 3 of these skinks marked and tied up. Oh boy! Oh! He moved the number 4 Saurus over to take a mark on Rolf. What's his plan for the ball? "25 seconds left on the clock." Takes a 1-die block at the line on Rolf. He'll get a push out of this. Decides to follow up. He's got to protect this ball. Oh, he's going to pick the ball up raw. 3+ pickup. He's going to try to punt it backwards, it looks like. Oh no, it looks like he's going for a long pass. Or bomb even. Goes for the bomb. Punts it away. Turn 9 now for the Juggernauts. Oh, that was scary stuff. Went for that ball pickup and said, just get back there. Yeah, it's smart play by Malik there to punt the ball backwards. Holy smokes. And now War Horseman says, all right, I'll go with skink hunting. You only have 4. I've marked 2. One of them's getting blitzed. 2-die block at the line, gets a push with the Minotaur. He'll have to follow up and take another 2-die block here. Gets a knockdown on Antonius' block. 10 plus, Mighty Blow could make that 9. Can't break armor. Three skinks marked now. With just 2 rerolls for each team, taking those marks, putting your opponent in a position where he's got to roll dice is a good way to just chew through their rerolls. They only have 2. And once they lose both, the odds on everything have changed dramatically. Juggernauts going aggressive on this ball. Moving players down behind the offensive line. They know they have the strength advantage. They do not have the speed advantage. 2-die blitz on Lor Santeca will be a push. We'll push him to the sideline and follow up here. That might be the turn. Decides to take the block. 2-die block on Ming the Merciless, gets an injury. Is he going to take the block with Grendel? That's the question. Does he want to risk the boneheaded roll? He does. He got a pal. Clap his thing for the bits. Got the removal with the Rat Ogre, that menacing Rat Ogre with Mighty Blow and Frenzy. Max von Sydow, turn 10 now. They stand up Brewmeister Smith. They stand up King Osric. I love the cloud shadows. I think it's so cool. Max von Sydow down to 1 minute 10 seconds in turn 10. 1 minute 24 seconds left on the bonus clock. They are not in possession of the ball. It is resting on their own 22-yard line currently. Malik really taking his time here to try to figure out where he wants to be and what he wants to do, but he's running out of bonus time. Even if he picks that ball up, he doesn't have a free skink to give it to. He might hand off to a marked skink and try to run that skink down pitch. 3+ pickup works out. Ball in the hands of number 11. He decided not to stand up Icor, so if he wants to hand off, it's going to be Jobert. He decides not to. He's going to hold on to this ball. Ball now on the 18-yard line, over in the right wide zone. And Maximum von Sydow into bonus time once more. 1:20 on the clock. Dodges the skink away to try to protect this ball carrier. Some semblance of protection. Lor Santeca is going to have to make a move. He can't stay standing on the sideline. Successful dodge by that skink that was on the sideline. And now a pow against the Minotaur gets the knockdown. Turn 10 for the Juggernauts. These knockdowns, even if you don't remove the Minotaur has an AV of 9+. I mean, it's not a 10+ that the Ogre has, but more importantly, you knock him down, he only has 2 MA of movement after standing up. So always a good knockdown on a big guy like that. Coming up after this game, Dead Fred's Real American Heroes versus Nick Satan's Cenozoic Park. That game started just a few minutes ago. We will pick that game up after this game concludes. That'll be Dark Elves versus Lizards. Two die block at mid-pitch against Brewmeister Smith. Gets the knockdown with the router here. Continuing to mark these skinks. Not so trusty patches. It's like there's 2 separate games going on here. One with the big guys and one with skinks and linemen. It's true. It's true. We've got these 2 different contingents. We've got like a bashy game here, and then we've got sort of a dodgy game here. 2-die blitz after the rush. Takes the both down result. Got the turnover. He said, you know what? My AV is 9, yours is 8. Let's see what happens. But unfortunately, it means Tom Zarek has lost 3 MA. Again, it costs 3 MA to stand up, barring certain skills like jump up. 2-die block at the line. Gets a knockdown against Legs Adelbert. War Horsemen continuing to keep these skinks marked. Again, they're the only players on the Lizard team that can really handle this ball. He knows this. He knows Malik only has 2 rerolls. He's going to keep him rolling dice. He's going to keep these skinks marked. Malik really needs to break one of these skinks away, but in order to do that, he needs to get some protection on these skinks. He put all of his Sauruses on the line to start with. That means he had none back to protect the skinks. And so now he's in a little bit of trouble here. Failed the pickup after the successful dodge, spends a reroll, runs around Joebird on the right side. He's now, Chief Justice Fargo, the ball carrier, is now on his own 8-yard line. And it looks like Maximum Von Sydow is going to try to set up a half cage here. They're not on the sideline, so there is a gap to go after this ball carrier. Good dodge by the 4th and final skink. It's not really, that skink is really not putting any work here. He's exerting tackle zones here, but War Horseman has no real incentive to move here. Maximum Von Sydow into bonus time once more. It takes a 1-die block over in the left wide zone, down to 20 seconds on the clock. Turn 11 for the Juggernauts now. 17 seconds left on the bonus clock for Maximum Von Sydow. Takes a mark on the ball carrier and a mark on the skink in the back left corner of the half cage here. He took that with the plague. brings an assist against Brewmeister Smith. Doesn't need that assist. Malik just really wants to keep these players. He wants these players to remain marked if he can at all help it. If so, that ball carrier will be free and clear. Failed rush by Tom Zarek. Spends the reroll and succeeds to mark that cage. Here we go. Two-die blitz. Got the POW on Chief Justice Fargo. We'll see where the ball bounces. It's going to bounce right out of that half cage. The ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's anybody's ball, but the Juggernauts don't really have anybody left to activate who can get at that ball. Failed the boneheaded roll with the Ogre. Huge loss here. Yeah, this is what we talk about with this Ogre. You really got to know when you want to roll that die and when you don't. Fail the boneheaded roll. That's going to free up Father Lancaster Marin. Proud Ogre can't knock down Brewmeister Smith. Both teams down to one reroll for the game. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left on the bonus clock for the Juggernauts now. Turn 11. 50-50 unchanneled Fury roll worked out for Ferdinand. As the minutes are for the Juggernauts. He's still over in the left wide zone on the opposing 8-yard line. Failed dodge this time by the human. Probably just lets this rock, but by doing so, he's freeing up both these Sauruses. Oh no. Oh buddy. The child of Marienburg. If the Oppo's not spent, that is the end of his life. Not so Josie Patches. Thank you for the bits. Oh, failed the dodge and died for his trouble. I don't know if he really wanted to free up that Saurus, to be honest. Wow. All right. Oh, all right. 3+ dodge, 3+ pickup, 3+ dodge, 2 rushes. Let's go. Let's go. Ball recovered by Maximum Von Sydow. It's now on the opposing 8-yard line. Moves one of these now free Sauruses over to cage up the rear here. Yeah, in pretty good shape now. That's right. Man, that looked like a 40K roll. Like he just rolled like 16 dice. 25 seconds left on the clock for Max Von Sydow. Good 3+ dodge. That was by the number 11 Skink. Really trying to get some protection on the ball carrier here. The ball carrier is in scoring position. One rush would do it. He's not going to have to rush, provided he keeps the ball carrier safe for one more turn after this, which it looks like he's going to be able to do here. And then the name of the game for Maximum Von Sydow is going to be, how much can I stall? How much can I wait? How many turns can I wait to score so that the Juggernauts can't come back and draw this game? Turn 12. Final turn of the third quarter. The Juggernauts are on defense after losing the ball. Knocking it free. Offense was able to recover. Good action order here by War Horseman. He's moving his players into position first. There's no die rolls associated with that. It guarantees he gets those actions, those activations out of those pieces. Good positioning over here by Malik, too. We were talking about this in the pregame. Rizzo now, if he wants to take a block, really, he can only go this way because he has to follow up. Now, he can blitz, but that's a point of movement that he would eat up on that blitz and then has to start working his way back. Two-die block gets a push here. He'll follow up and gets another two-die block. And that's another push against Brewmeister Smith. Two-die blitz. Two-die blitz on Osiris. It's a push, unless he takes the both down result. Going into a follow-up here. He's got the knockdown on Antonius block. Needs a 10-pluser. 9+ with Mighty Blow. Doesn't get it. Turn 13 for Maximum Von Sydow. They're going to move this ball down pitch. I don't think they need to score here. I think they can hold out another turn. They can reposition Father Lancaster Marin. They can move the ball carrier down pitch. And they can try to dodge Lor Santeca. And then that might be good. That might be good. He is risking these skinks here. He could try to dodge them out, but... he just rushes in for the score. 2-1. Maximum Von Sydow takes the lead. I think he could have held out for another turn there, but fair enough. He just wanted the score. Said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Rushes into the end zone. Maximum Von Sydow have to defend for an entire quarter. They'll have 9 players on the pitch. Yes, well played indeed. Maximum Von Sydow will have a 1-man player advantage going into this 4th and final quarter of the game. He's down. Malik's down to 1 reroll. El Nubrina says, Nuffle hates stalling. Good TD. Max Von Sydow putting 1 Saurus in either wide zone. Still keeping them fairly shallow. And now the Juggernauts to set up their 8 players. Currently, Legs Adelbert back to receive. All 3 big guys on the line. I think for me, if I were War Horseman, I would have put the Journeyman up on the line and just kept those Sauruses busy while my big guys started murdering everyone else. Unless you wanted to control mid-pitch. That would be totally fair. You want to control mid-pitch, you're going to move the ball down mid-pitch, you want to keep your movement options open, that would have been fine too. Who is this guy? Bit of an arrow formation here for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Maximum Von Sydow deciding where to kick. Solid defense. Gets a 2 on the D3 roll. We get to reposition 5 of the 6 free players. We'll see if the ball stays on the pitch. It's currently going to land on the sideline, on the 20-yard line, on the left sideline. Yeah, risky kick indeed. It's got to be careful here of just filling up the left wide zone here with two players and then pulling a whole bunch of players kind of in here if that's what he wants to do. If he's trying to fill up this left side, this ball might not stay in bounds. And if it's not in bounds, you can bet this ball will move to the right. He's gonna fill in the left side. We'll see if the ball stays in bounds. It does not. And so the Juggernauts are almost certainly going to move this ball to the right. Turn 13 for the Juggernauts now. There it goes. The ball's going to move over into the right wide zone, currently on the Juggernauts' own 2-yard line. He'll try to block this line down. That'll free up Tom Zarek and Legs Adelbert. He can already move Legs to get in a position to try to cover the Plague, the ball carrier. And that's what he does. Shifts the left tight end over to the right, and now a 2-dive block on the line. Push into a frenzy follow-up, gets a pal on the number 2 blocker. Break armor. Surprised you didn't take the Ferdinand block first. There it is. 2-dive block, he'll get the knockdown on King Osric. And now Tom Zarek is free to reposition. Probably moves Tom Zarek down pitch, maybe to the 10. Oh no, he's going to take a mark. Takes a mark on Chief Justice Fargo. 2-dive block back at center pitch. Grendel, the center, will get a knockdown on the number 4 blocker. Breaks armor. That's a stun. Good stun there. And then a good dodge by the remaining lineman Rolf over to the right side. Turn 14 for Maximum Von Sydow. They piled up on the left. They thought that's where the ball was going to be, but it bounced off the pitch. Two rushes to move the number 11 Skink into position to play some defense. These Skinks, they're fast, but they're not. They're weak and they're brittle. 2-dive blitz on Tom Zarek will be a push by Brewmeister Smith. Tom Zarek, the absolutely guaranteed not to be Cylon. This frees up his remaining 2 Skinks. He'll move them over to the right now. Rushes to try to cover a wider amount of the pitch here. So you can see Malik setting up these columns. So he is covering this amount of pitch here. Yeah, good positioning here by his players. Setting up these columns means that a blitz on either of these players means there's still not a lane to move down because the player just behind them is still exerting tackle zones and covering. Turn 14 for the Juggernauts. 3 turns to try to get their second TD and try to draw this game. Remember, regulation play can end in a draw. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Gets a pal here. King Oscar knocked to the ground. MA cut in half. Has a free Minotaur, but if that Minotaur is not blitzing, there's a 50-50 shot. He's not doing anything. Taking the marks on the skinks. Has to be careful with these skink marks here. Normally, no brainer. But here, if that's going to be a cage, then he has to be. He's giving up a block to his opponent, and his opponent could bring in an assist and maybe crack this cage open and then get the blitz on the ball carrier. Two-die block back on the left side of the line. Gets a push against Father Lancaster, Maryland. Frenzy follow-up's going to be a both down results. That is the turn. Good trade, at least. That's a KO'd Saurus. 2 turns left in this game. Turn 15 for Maxim and Von Sydow. They are in the lead 2-1. They have 1 reroll left. They have the ball on the opposing 10-yard line over in the right wide zone. They're facing a column defense. The leftmost player, they don't have a backup on that column, but he is a strength 4 player. Maximum Von Sydow, they take a mark. They now have a 1-die against Rolf. They're going to make it a 2-die here. They're really giving up their defense. They're hoping this is going to work. They got a POW out of it. They need to make something from this now. Are they going to go for the blitz with Antonia's block? If they do, it's a 2-die blitz. Let's see if it'll work out. He got the POW. If he breaks armor, this could be big. We'll see where the ball bounces. He's going to try to pick this up with his skink if he can. Gets a stun. That's a great armor break. Can he get that skink through? Does he want to? He might just back that skink up instead. That should be a song. I don't know if he wants to take those dodges, honestly. All right. All right. What do I know? 15 seconds left in bonus time for Maximum Von Sydow. Boy, oh boy, they have prayed to Nuffle tonight. Good recovery after 16 die rolls. And now the ball is in their hands on the opposing 4-yard line over in the right wide zone. 1, 2, 3 dodges. Good pickup. Man, oh man. 2-die rush blitz here. Gets a POW on Chief Justice Fargo. He's the ball carrier. That's right, scared money don't make no money. Great stun. The ball scatters out of bounds. I wouldn't have pushed him there. I'd pushed him over here because you don't know where that ball's going. I think that ends Maximum Von Sydow's chance to score a 3rd touchdown, but that's all right. If they can win this game, they'll be happy. Juxtaposed Juggernauts. It's turn 15, penultimate turn. They have to end this turn in scoring position. They're going to take a block on the line first. They get a push, frenzy follow-up into a knockdown. Breaks armor, gets a stun. That Saris is effectively out for the game. Needs to dodge Icor or perhaps send Rolf down pitch. Oh no! Oh no! Gets the assist to take a block, it looks like, on Antonia's block, but unless he dodges Tom Zarek, he's not going to be able to score. Oh, he pushes King Osric that locks down Tom Zarek. One die block here. The Juggernauts giving up the scoring attempt here. They're just going to take some blocks and try to get some SPP for their next game here, but Maximum von Sydow is looking to be the winner here, 2-1. We'll see how this plays out in the final turn. Turn 16 for Max von Sydow. Rolf is still a potential scorer, as is Icor. Looks like he's going to foul the plague. 2 assists on this foul. Doesn't get anything out of it, but doesn't get called off. First use of that sneaky get. Sneaky get doesn't get called off if he doesn't break armor. He did break armor there and got a stun, but it's really of no use. Rolf and Icor can still score. Takes a one die on Icor. Might as well. Whoa! Why not spend the die roll? Didn't spend the die roll. Turn 16 for the Juggernauts. They can tie this game. Rolf comes back and picks this ball up. Passes the Icor. 2 rushes will do it. Oh, they're going to roll some dice first. They got a POW on Brewmeister Smith. Or if he thinks he can make this an easier pass, he brings Rolf in. Oh no, I don't think Tom Zarek can score. Oh no! No! He's gotta move, he's gotta go! No! Going in for the skinks here. He's looking for some SPP. That's gonna be the game. 2-1. Maximum von Sydow is gonna win this one. Fails the rush. Just lays on his back. Maximum von Sydow wins this one 2-1. SPP for the evening. Are you kidding me? 14 SPP for Maximum von Sydow, 9 for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Good pickup by both coaches. Take a look at the standings real quick before we hop into this second match.